And we are back.
What's up?
Hello. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Prophetic Foolishness, you know, we tuning in. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. My name is Osagie.
And my name is Krys. And this is Prophetic Foolishness.
Oh, man.
We back.
Welcome on. For those of you who don't know, who are tuning in on YouTube, you can see to our far right.
Yep.
Your far right, our far right, y'all far left. I don't know how it flips in the video.
Yeah, in the video.
But to our other side.
On the other side of us.
Our good friend and teammate Libby here. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, Libby's back on the pod. You heard her on the episode where we talked about, you know, should black men stop marrying white women part 2.
That was rude.
Yeah. And if you didn't catch it, go back and listen.
Yes,
because it's good. It's good.
She gave us some great perspective and some, you know, honestly, just a great voice. And so, you know, especially with what we have today, I think our good friend Libby is going to, you know, speak to that arena as well. Would you say?
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Because what we got for y'all today, like this whole season, it's going to be hot.
Hot like chicken
Your
grease.
toes going to be curling.
You
Your fingernails going to be bending back.
It's going to be hot like your back sweat.
Yeah, hey, come on. But
go ahead, man.
Yeah, but this is Prophetic Foolishness, you know, where we talk about uncommon topics that might engage with the common person and give them a space to challenge the societal norms.
That's what we here for. That's what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's simple. And, you know, every single episode, we keep our ears down to the streets. We know what y'all want to talk about, so we going to talk about it here, man.
Yes.
And we going to keep serving up a delicious
dish
of discussion.
Yes.
Praise God. Amen. All right. The church people say amen.
Hey, if you're in a Prophetic Foolishness fam, say amen.
Hey, yes, sir. So, without further ado, you know, I already know y'all be reading the title, so this ain't nothing new to you.
This ain't nothing new.
You already know what we finna talk about.
Yes.
But I'm gonna let you know, Krys.
Yeah.
You know, take us in, dive us into the meal.
You know,
to the dish today.
This is a hot one.
Okay.
Traditionally, now speaking,
you already talked.
Men have dominated the culture in this country in every way, shape, and form.
Well,
even so much so to where women can't even have their own name.
Wow.
When they get married, they have to give it up to the streets. Come on.
Give your name
she
to
belong
the
to the street. But anyways, that's something that we see. And so today we're talking about, should women have to give up their last name, or is it okay for them to do what's called a double barrel,
or you know, hyphenated?
Hyphenated, that's what that is. Or should the man take the woman's last name?
Wow,
that's a question.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna dive in.
So Krys,
let
me make sure I'm understanding your question.
Yeah.
Right? So you are asking us, the people's
podcast.
The people's podcast. Because we understand, you know what I'm saying, the societal norm is such that women get married, you know what I'm saying, they find the love of their lives. They see them and they say, I want to be one with you, my beautiful husband, my handsome husband. And in that arena, they are like, you know what? In this, I will now subject and submit myself to your lineage. I will now be able to, you know, be under your covering and protection and you know what I'm saying, and wisdom, you know. And I want to now submit myself and take your last name. So you're asking the people.
I'm asking the people.
Should they now challenge such a beautiful gift and go against it? Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking. Man. I mean, it's a societal norm. Osagie seems to be like saying
a different question.
It's a gift. Hey,
that's a
Libby.
He rephrased it a little different.
The gift
of the man's last name.
Wow. I heard that different.
For the people.
Look at my ears checked.
For the fam, I'm gonna be mediating this conversation. I'm gonna play the director. You know, the playwright.
Okay.
Enter stage left
and stage right. You know, we got Osagie. He's gonna be on. What side you gonna be on, dog? What you think?
I'm gonna stand on the side of truth always.
Yeah.
I will always stand on the side of truth.
Even if it's false.
Yeah. No. I will always stand on the side of truth. I will stand on what I believe is the gospel. Okay, I will stand on what I believe is true. So I'm standing on the true side.
Yeah.
And there's really truth, and then there's not truth. So I mean, I'm on the side of that.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
Okay.
he's on
Yeah.
the quote unquote true side.
Yeah, no.
Libby, what you coming at?
I think so he's on his truth. I'm
Yes.
on the truth,
Hey,
which
okay.
is different.
Yes.
It hits different. You know? We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Okay.
So in this
Yeah.
conversation, let me go ahead and I will. You know what I'm saying? I will start this off with. We are in a day and age.
Uh-huh.
Right? Now, if you have a double barrel last name, if you have a hyphenated last name, you know, to each your own.
Yeah.
But I will speak from what I believe is accurate and true. Okay. So when people get married, right, it is all about two becoming one.
Yeah.
Okay. Two
Right.
becoming one flesh. All
Two
right.
becoming one flesh.
Yep.
The man will sacrifice a lot. Some might even say more to pursue and be one with his bride.
Okay.
You know, in the society in which we live in, the man has to go to let me not say has to. The man traditionally will go to links to pursue the woman.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he'll have to step out on his pride or his, his insecurities and put himself out there.
Okay.
Voicing his affection and love for the woman, hoping and praying and wishing that she would reciprocate that in just the initial, date. Then they
Yes.
date, and then the man will have to put himself out there again to go and ask the father or the mother for their hand in marriage, sacrificing his own body and flesh to be subjected to the father or the family of this bride of his that he loves. Not only that, amen, I'm going somewhere, hold on. Not only that, this man, regardless of his financial state, will have to dig deep into his pockets and go and purchase a symbolization of his unity and love for that woman and sacrifice his own earnings, and his own money to give her a sign and say, hey, I do love you and I want to get married to you.
Yeah.
And in all of that, he asks simply for two things.
Yes.
That she would be one with him, love him forever, and take his last name. Minor sacrifice.
For
the major sacrifice that a man must do and put himself forward to become one with his bride.
Okay.
So I think the last name is the least
Wow.
she can do.
The least a woman can
the
do is take his
least
last
she can
name.
do to become one with her husband. That's all I have to say.
I hear the
about
streets
it.
in an uproar.
Ah!
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
All right.
Wow.
Libby, what do you
Yeah.
think? Is it a sacrifice for the woman to take the last name?
I think that's a wonderful question. And I think that dating and pursuit, that's a two-way street.
Oh.
I did say that in the prior episode.
I said, wow.
That was
And
like season
I'm
one.
just going to reference Osagie from the past.
Yes.
A couple episodes ago,
Yeah.
what if the girl asked him out?
Yeah.
What if she's the one putting herself out there, making herself vulnerable?
Okay.
And making these sacrifices. What if she's the breadwinner? What if she's making more money?
Ooh.
And
Don't be giving away no future episodes.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
So and at the point of taking a last name, I totally agree with the first part of what you said.
Yeah.
Which was?
We're becoming one.
Yes, one.
So if we're becoming one and the man is sacrificing, but what if the woman has sacrificed just a little bit more and all she's asking is just to take your last name?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one name.
So do you feel like because I understand in prophetic foolishness, we challenge the societal norms.
Yeah.
Yet we still live in a very reality of what the societal norms are.
Yeah.
So although we are challenging it, it does not mean that is the reality.
He said, but I'm not going to do it.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to challenge it, but, let's talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
We got to live in reality. You know what I'm saying?
I know we're going to do nothing about it. Might not do nothing about it. We're going to talk about
We're going to talk about it. And so we live in the reality in that most times it's the dude asking the girl out.
Most of the time.
We got to live in reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most times it's the dude purchasing the ring and proposing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most times it's the dude going to speak with the father and asking for the blessing. So
Yeah.
we live in that present reality.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
in that being the reality, I think it is the least the girl could do.
The least, yes.
The least is like, because the man's doing a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah.
And I know everyone does sacrifices in marriage
Yeah.
and getting married. But him coming forward and being like, hey, like, I'm sacrificing all these things. The least you do is, take my last name, because also, what about a whole nother area? Kids.
Yeah.
Who last name going?
This is what I'm going to say to that. That would make sense if your marriage were a trade and barter system. If you were weighing my sacrifice versus your sacrifice, then that's totally valid. That's really good. If it's tit for tat, then absolutely. But that's not what I think marriage is.
Yeah. But hey, look.
So for that reason,
it ain't tit for tat.
Yeah.
But it's
my last name.
You give, and you get. I ain't gonna trade with you. You know what I'm saying?
So my question,
because it's gonna be unequal.
Exactly. But the only question is just why not give that? Why is that such a big thing? That's the question here.
So you're
saying,
why
is that so heavy?
Libby, you're saying that it's not that big of a deal for the man to take on the woman's last name,
and it's not that big of a deal for the woman to take on. But for some people, it may be a big deal. This is a question I want to pose for y'all too.
Okay.
So let's say that we have a woman who she's an only child.
Oh my gosh.
Her dad is saying, my lineage dies with you.
It's dead.
And we got old boy, she marrying. He got 14 siblings. All of them got 14 kids. They got 14 Joneses.
14 Joneses.
And we got one Cleves. And let's say her dad says, you the last one. He looks at her as he walks down the aisle. He's not only giving away his daughter, he's giving away the future. He's giving away
the legacy.
Future.
The legacy.
He ain't got no brothers.
No brothers. He's the only child. She's the only child.
Okay.
A whole lineage of only children that ends with this only wedding. But we got 16,000 Joneses. They the whole wedding party. They got all the seats at the table.
Okay. So now you're saying in that situation,
could one Jones just sacrifice?
Could one sacrifice?
Let me tell you the issue here.
Yeah.
Her dad shouldn't have put the pressure on her. You know what I'm saying? You should have known that when you had that one girl, the society in which we live in, this child will probably not carry the lineage. So maybe I should start planning for another child, whether adoption, you won't have no kid, but you know what I'm saying, you can't throw that on her. Now let me speak from this perspective, because I'm a Nigerian man.
Okay. So now you bring culture into it.
100%.
From the cultural perspective.
I got to speak my piece, okay? So as a Nigerian man, roots lineage is deep for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I say that with the utmost uproar. Deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know the specific tribe in which I come from. You know what I'm saying? I know the chief of our tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so the lineage is deep, for me. And so for me, my last name carries a lot of authority, you know what I'm saying? Power.
Okay.
Respect.
Put some respect on that name.
If you say you want to marry me, you know what I'm saying, in which my wife married me, you're stepping in and you're saying, hey, I am going to receive your culture. Even in Nigerian culture, right?
Yes.
So if the woman is from a different tribe of the man, do you know what they do? They ascribe to the man's culture. You know what I'm saying?
So from a cultural perspective, let's say hypothetically you took your wife's last name. How would your family react?
That's so. The question itself is so crazy because I can't see a scenario in which I would ever do such a thing.
And that's why we're here.
I used to say, look, if my wife didn't want to take my last name, there were other women out there who did.
Oh my God.
So you would just be like, there's someone out here who want to take my last name. So if this is the game you want to play, cool. I'm cool with it. Look, you know what I'm saying? You can go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, bro, my last name, it was a non-negotiable for me. It was a non-negotiable.
So you ain't going to have kids that didn't have your last name?
Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? And it came with the territory. I understood as the man in the society in which we live in that it was the norm for my last name to be taken, so I held tight to it.
But I think it's interesting too that what you brought up was the power, the respect, the clout that your last name has. So if we flip the switch and old dude has no power, no respect, let's say
don't emasculate him. He got it. He got it. You just
maybe nobody knows about it.
Let's say by society standards, he don't got no power.
and he's trying to date, Sasha Obama, and he's asking, hey, are you sure you don't want to become?
That's a strong last name now. Obama. That carries weight.
And he doesn't have any ties really to his name. His lineage doesn't go back to the tribes of Nigeria. He just He just out here in these streets.
Regular old John Smith.
Listen, and I will say to that, it's not about the man he is today. It's about the man he is.
What if he could stay the same dude.
Then that's your
he
fault.
He could be Sasha's husband.
He ain't gonna. You married a
he ain't gonna be nobody.
He ain't married. So you're telling me? No, I think that's invalid, bro. Like I don't get how. Like even in the term, I know people hyphenate, right? Like people hyphenate because for different reasons. Like some people hyphenate because they want to carry their mom and dad's last name. Yeah, they have different last names, which I feel can be kind of frustrating, or not frustrating, confusing at times. No, but like I think even just the conversation in itself, like going in, it's like two people becoming one.
Yeah.
And so I feel like you holding on to that personally is like, dog, you're not really ready to like forego. You're stepping into a one.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
She's saying that from the other side, though, from the men.
Exactly.
Okay. So what we've heard so far, Prophetic Foolishness fam, Krys again, here the mediator, is we've heard both sides present arguments of powerful people, and so you should take the powerful person's last name, powerful man or a powerful woman. We've also heard that there's economic opportunity to be seized with a good last name. That like, hey, somebody got money, he's paid for the ring, he's paid the bride price of dowry, or on the flip side, she could have paid for the ring, she could have paid the groom price. I never heard that term, but we're just gonna go with it. And so therefore he should take a last name. Also, one more thing we've heard, hey, legacy. There's only one name that doesn't have potential legacy coming after it because there might not be any more male children. Just to catch us up to where we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I want to pose to y'all, and then I'll let y'all say your piece on the powerful woman's thing. What I'm just thinking in my head, who's a powerful woman that everyone knows?
Oprah.
That's exactly who I was thinking. I was thinking Oprah Winfrey. Yeah. And I was also thinking, what the heck is Stedman's last name?
They're not married though.
They're not married, but what's his last name?
We don't need to know.
Exactly.
We don't need to know.
We don't know. That's just a point for
Maybe
thinking.
she didn't marry him because she wanted to keep her last name.
It could be
and
that.
Stedman wouldn't go for it.
I mean, I can see a Stedman Winfrey. What does Stedman do for work?
We don't know.
But even like Beyonce, right? Beyonce is like a Knowles Carter now. You know,
that's true. She did the double barrel.
She did the double barrel. Yeah. But and then I think Jackie Hill Perry was Hill her last name.
Yeah.
So she kept Hill. But I guess I could understand.
She did a double barrel too. Wow.
I could maybe understand from the place of like the women having like maybe stardom, fame, like a very prominent career with your other last name. Like I think it's Kardashian West now. Kim Kardashian West too. Like she might have taken Kanye's last name.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case might be. So I understand that like playing some weight. But I know for myself, I'm just like, there has to be some like I think there's sacrifice.
I think there is sacrifice. And I would question why we put the weight of that sacrifice always on women. The other thing too is like, what if a dude doesn't like his last name? What if he's been bullied for that his whole life?
Yeah, his last name's like Butts or something.
Yeah, I've heard some last names that shouldn't be last names. Yeah. And he's just been waiting to get off that Jones like his whole life, and that's an opportunity.
Yeah.
I think we don't do it because of all of the cultural weight behind that.
Women don't want to take no ugly last name.
Yeah. Because some people, you want to go on a date and they send me their full name. I'm like, ooh, I don't see this going anywhere.
I can't even see if marriage ain't in the question.
I don't even want to hyphenate with that.
Hey, to be honest though, when I was dating people back in the day, I would always see, okay, would their first name sound good with my last name? Okay. They got 3 syllables in their first name. That sounds good with 2 syllables in my last name. Because if it was ugly, I was like, let me not
this
even
ain't gonna work out.
That's an ugly combination.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then, Libby. In the conversation when you take, or I guess in this original question, should women have to give up their last name? If they don't, and let's say they do a double barrel one or they do a hyphenated one, when you have children, what last name are they going to get?
I mean, I think all of this is a discussion between that couple too in their marriage. Like
in this situation,
maybe they do come from that lineage where we want to keep passing down Cleves, and we got enough Jones kids running around for the earth.
So you could pick. So
maybe the couple. The couple picks for their kids.
They pick the last name.
They can pick for the kids.
Which side? Oh, interesting.
So they could pick the last name for the child. Does the mom have a hyphenated last name, or do the parents have the same last name in this scenario? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, maybe they're both doing the Kardashian West, and the kid said, "I'm gonna go with Kardashian."
So they can choose. See, I think that's an issue, right?
Or maybe the mom just says they're gonna be Kardashian.
I'm coming. Hey, I'm coming. Y'all just listen, because I'm coming. I have an issue here. All right. We are trying to create unity in the family. You know what I'm saying? A oneness in the family. And anything that's against the oneness is separation, okay? And separation leads to separation, okay?
Okay, separation is more separation.
Separation is pretty simple.
Yeah.
So I think that if you have people in the family with separate names, it creates a sense of separation. You know how sometimes where the default, right, when you have a child in school, it's like, oh, okay, I have little Chris Henry. His mom comes, you're going to be like, hey, Miss Henry, how are you doing today? You don't go and be like, because you assume they are one. That's her child. Yeah. It is her, you know what I'm saying? And so you don't go and be like, oh, what's your last name? You create, that's the family. It's a direct line. So everyone in that family is a unit. So if you have someone who's like separated from that, even when you adopt kids, right? You give them your last name. You know what I'm saying? You want them to feel like they are one. They are part of our nucleus. So I feel like anything that double barrels and stuff like that can create a sense of like offset, like, oh, I'm like my own or whatever the case may be, and I'm not like holistically in the family. That's my issue with it. Okay,
that makes sense. I'll also say I get the separation from a double barrel perspective. You know, like we're not going to we may pass on the double barrel last name to our kids, you know, but at the same time, I'm thinking of people who, some of my friends have been in educational fields, academia for years. They've been working to become a doctor, a Dr. Smith. You know, they have put in hours and hours, years and years. They have published articles. People know them now. She is Dr. Smith. She gets married. You know, your name, especially in academia, is your brand, is your paycheck. And then old dude comes out and talks about, hey, can we switch it up? You know, that's a cost that as a unit, as the one, they may have to take on as a couple. So and why would you not be able to die to yourself in that way, specifically for marriage?
Calling on the man to die for himself.
And because he's died 1,000 deaths already. He probably died.
And she probably died 1,001.
But the financial piece in what you're saying is like, I get it, but like he's already... That's what I'm saying. It's a place of sacrifice. Like, obviously, it's going to cost you. It's not a free, like, and I'm not saying anyone who chooses to do one or the other, but I'm understanding it from the place of like marriage is sacrifice. Like people sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone can't keep doing what they're doing and have a successful marriage. You literally are coming together. So for me, it's like, look, if that's the case for this, like for that person, and like he's like, hey, if she really loves him in that arena and he really cares deeply about it, then I think she should be willing to sacrifice.
I guess the biggest question is just why wouldn't he sacrifice? You know, so because we're saying the same things. Marriage requires sacrifice. It requires dying to your pride, dying even to, you know, the lineage that may be lost for the man or the woman. You know, it's really just, why would the woman have to make that versus why is the man unwilling? So that's really all I'm challenging is like, why aren't we asking, especially because, you know, it's 2020. We've got women in fields and in positions of power that we've never been allowed to step into. And marrying men who may not be in those same fields.
That's true.
Irregardless. Regardless, you know, why wouldn't the man be willing to try something new, to die, to sacrifice in this one way?
I wonder if, like, even this could be a wild thought. And once again, I'm just in the middle.
Krys again.
I wonder if a man taking a woman's last name. This is a wild thought. This is just something I'm thinking. If a man taking a woman's last name could be a way to uplift his bride.
Wow. I mean, so
cut the cameras.
Stop it. So, I mean, I'll be honest. Okay? I'll be honest with you guys. I think that in every marriage, you're right, there has to be like I mean, there's give and take. And I think if the woman was very, very passionate about it, and the man maybe didn't care as much, then maybe they can. I'm not gonna speak for myself. They can.
I'm already married.
You know what I'm saying? Please, you know what I'm saying? Don't bring this around here. You know what I'm saying? But maybe they can like talk about that and that be a reality. Because I guess it is. You're right. Like it is like a place of sacrifice. But I think you're going to struggle with the reality of the society in which we live in.
Absolutely.
And so like if you're ready to count the cost of being like, hey, we are literally going to go against the grain in every single arena for this. If it means that much, and like doing it to our children's name like that much, then I guess we can do it.
Yes, we can do that. Something else. I mean, here could be a place of compromise. I know historically, sometimes women, in order to keep the legacy of their families alive, they would take their last name and just move it to their middle name.
Ooh.
And so is that a place you can compromise? Because, you know, the man still got the last name. The woman still has her last name that's living on. It's just living on in the middle of the two realities in which she was born. She was born with a first name given by her parents. Yeah. And now she's joined to this man and has become one. Wow. In the middle of that.
That's not the question, Krys.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, these are compromises, you know, but at the same time, the question is the giving up of the last name.
That's true.
You know, and I think, you know, no one covets the middle name spot. Some people don't even got middle names.
Yeah, some people don't got middle names.
But listen, I think you can, you know, that's a decent compromise. Like you can keep, and honestly, I think that's kind of crazy when dads will say like, oh, but you know, our name's gonna die. Because reality in the society in which we live in, even when with hyphenated last names, the kids just end up getting their dad's last name anyway. So it's like it died anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
unless they took her name and the husband took her name.
But that's not that's not reality.
Well,
like,
that's why we're challenging.
No,
we gotta challenge it, bro.
We're challenging the societal norm.
Bro, I don't even make sense, bro. Like you're talking about, bro. How do you even do taxes like that, bro? You can't even
do taxes like this every year.
A family, like how you do taxes like that?
How does Danielle do taxes?
No, I do them. I do our family's taxes under my covering.
Hey, that's an episode for another day.
I do the taxes. You know what I'm saying? I'm the daddy in the house. But to answer your question, I honestly think for some people, the middle name spot is like a compromise. You know what I'm saying? I have a homie. You know what I'm saying? I won't name his name. Me and you both know him.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, sometimes people don't talk about this. So they know some women will be like, okay, I will take your last name. And then, you know, that's simply all the conversation. But they don't talk about what are you going to do with that last name? Are you dropping it? Are you replacing your middle name? And, you know, one of my homies' wife went, I don't think she did it, you know, connivingly, but she replaced her middle name with her.
Just tradition.
Yeah. With her old last name.
Yeah.
And now that's her middle name. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's a decent compromise, depending on your relationship and how you feel about that. I ain't gonna tell you, I ain't gonna hold you if you ain't down for it. Because personally, I wouldn't even really be down for none of that. But you know, I think it's a decent compromise for people to consider when it comes to stuff like that. Because people do that. A lot of women do that.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, this is tough too, because I think your reaction is society's reaction. It's like, no. But I think really the question is, why do we have this immediate absolutely not to a man taking on just only the woman's last name? Why is that an immediate no? That's something that we need to think about more. You know, you got to process that within yourself, you know? That's
so maybe in like people's engagement relationships, they do they step into the place where they actually have a conversation in which last name are we taking instead of just assuming that the man's last name is the one that's going forward. Yeah, I feel that. I think this is just such a hard pill for me to swallow because I mean I know I'm sinful, I have issues. You know, I take so much pride in my last name, and I just couldn't imagine any other place, shape, or form of like being in a marriage with that. But I will say, if I truly did, I know I was capping earlier, but if I truly did love the person and that was their one thing, I mean,
you might.
You know what I'm saying? There's growth. You know, I guess I'm growing. Y'all see it real time, bro. You know,
real time.
I guess I'm growing. Real time. I guess I would consider.
You would consider.
I would consider a conversation, but I would also voice how important it was to me to keep the last name, and if we weren't able to come to a conclusion in taking my last name, we just
back to the streets. Back to the streets.
We just gonna have to separate. You know
yeah.
So yeah, I guess I don't know if we really came to a conclusion. You know?
Yeah,
no, I think it's a conversation.
It's a
not
conversation.
An assumption.
Yeah. It shouldn't be assumed that it's like, oh, okay, like she's definitely gonna be whatever the man's last name is.
Yeah. Well,
wow, y'all!
Man,
look at this.
I mean, we
progress.
growing. Progress. This is what we talk about, man. These dishes of discussions are delicious. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting y'all dry. They're delicious. They're gonna be stuff that you gonna have to chew on, get the flavor. We added the seasoning with Libby. You know what I'm saying? Get the whole thing. It's a meal. And so, man, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for rocking with us, listening. You know what I'm saying? Make sure if you rock with this episode, and I mean that. Some of y'all be rocking in silence. You don't really rock with us if you ain't posting about it. So if you rock with it, share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram. We are on Spotify, we are on YouTube, we're on Apple Music. Make sure to follow us on all three if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Get our subscribers up. But we promise delicious dishes of discussion every single time, man. So please keep rocking with us. Add people to the Prophetic Foolishness family. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep this thing jumping, keeping it hot, keeping our ears down to the street to make sure we're bringing you guys what you guys want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That cool with you?
That's cool with me.
Libby, thank you for tuning in with us today.
Thanks for having me,
y'all. Don't be coming in here doing like you really challenging us. Like you wasn't supposed to like come in and do Prophetic Foolishness better than Prophetic Foolishness. But we appreciate your voice, man. Like we definitely want to give voices and different perspectives overall. So, we start this thing how we always end it. Libby, just back up.
Wait, you can say the Prophetic Foolishness
part. Yeah. Okay. My name is Osagie.
And my name is Krys.
And this is Prophetic Foolishness. Peace. Hallelujah.